All right.
Hello, hello,
Ladies and
hello,
gentlemen, ladies
hello.
and gentlemen, here we go again. He is back in the house. He is the credit commando.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and good morning. I hope everyone has an outstanding Wednesday morning with a lot of excitement and ready to take today's challenge. Listen, we're all about trying to make our dollars work for us, and we don't have to work for it. There's some things that we need to do to make that money work and keep that money in our pocket, because your money can work longer than you. It can work harder than you. I mean, you don't have to have vacations. You don't have to have, you don't call in sick for work. And they don't say the dog ate the homework. It does none of that stuff. Once you put that money to work, that money works for you for the rest of your life until you change the direction of that money. It is yet going to work for you. And that is what we're trying to do today, telling you how this money is going to work for you. It's your money. You should work for it once, and your money should work for you for the rest of your life. I always say that. It's your money. Your money should work for you once, and you should work, and you work for your money once, and your money should work for you for the rest of your life. Today, we're going to talk about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureaus, basically deleting the credit bureaus must delete, remove, correct inaccuracies that's on your credit by law. Anything that is inaccurate, anything that is fraudulent, that is not yours, need to be deleted off your credit report. That is what we're going to talk about today. Good. It's going to be kind of like a review for some, because I'm kind of go over what I had. I'm not going to do a review. I'm just going to do this whole class again, basically, and that's going to be the review. So, and as we go through this, then at the end, hopefully we have some questions, because after this, I'm going to be moving on to 25 jobs in the basement. Basically, what the type of job, side hustles in the basement. That's what I'm gonna call it. 25 side hustles in the basement. That 25 ways that you can make money while you're at home, whether it's on the computer, whether it's on selling things. I want to show you some different things, how 25 ways you can make money. Then after then, we're going to do some credit cards. Then we're going to go into business, or we're going to show you how to open up a business. We want to stay relevant for you. Mainly, what we're going to talk about every week is some type of money issue. Some type of money issue. We want to make sure that you are getting the best quality information that we can. The basic, this is for educational purpose only, but you want to make sure you get the best quality information so you can make the best decisions on what you want to do with your money. And I think that's the best thing that you can do. What do you want to do with your money? You have to make that determination. Also, we always talk about one particular thing, and that is the spending plan. And the spending plan is just that. You want to know where your money is going on a continual basis, so you can see where your money is, where not to put your money. You put your money in two other different places. You're buying too many, you're eating out too much, or you're spending too much money in this particular area. You can change that, and you can take that money and make it work for you. We're about building wealth. And that's one of the things that we want to do. We want to just not just give you information, but we want to show you how to build wealth. It's up to you to do these particular things that I'm talking to you about. Okay. I have done a lot of these things. I'm not giving you anything that I have not done myself. So we want you to build wealth. I don't care if it's through credit cards. I don't care if it's through real estate. I don't care if it's through a business. We want you to get your credit right. Okay. We want your credit score high. We want you to have the interest rate low, and want to take that money and use it, so you can make it grow for you. That's what we want to do. All right, great. Now, today, we're going to be talking about freezing your personal credit data. We're going to be talking about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And basically, we're saying this is part 6, and it's basically the last part I'm going to do. And today, we're going to show you basically how to go about deleting some of the erroneous inquiries that are on your credit report. Okay, we kind of started last week about talking about that, and we're going to kind of finish this week as much as possible. We want to give some time at the end for question and answer. Okay, so here we go. The credit bureaus must delete, remove, or correct inaccurate entries as on your credit report by law. Everything on there has to be correct, and it has to be yours by law. Again, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is, guys, this is great. These people are for us. It's for the little people. It's the way that we can file and complain and have our voices heard through this particular agency for anybody to do anything against you financially. So here it is. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're talking about today. All right, here we go. Also, here's my YouTube channel, the Credit Commando YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, click the bell for more content where you're going to see the latest financial self-help videos to increase your financial knowledge and personal wealth. And I also throw it as a caveat. I throw in there a lot of travel places that I've gone and other travel information as well. And last week, we just celebrated having over 100 subscribers in about 21 days, actually about 20 days, and over 35,000 views. Right now, we're over about 41,000 views and over about 115 subscribers. So if you had not looked at the channel, please like, subscribe, and click the bell for more content. It'll help me to give you more content. And then again, these lessons that I'm teaching you right now that we're talking about is on YouTube. You have an opportunity to go after the class. If you missed something, you didn't get it right, or you want to take some more notes, you can go on the YouTube channel, you can like and subscribe, and you can get that information that you need. Okay? Sound good. To celebrate, as I said, we celebrated over 35,000 views, over 100 subscribers in 20 days. I think that's pretty good for me. Somebody who never had a YouTube channel all the days in life, I think that's a great accomplishment. And then again, you need to be able to celebrate yourself along the way. Whenever you make milestone accomplishments, I don't care what they're, you have goals and goals that you have set aside for you, whatever you decide that you want to do, you need to celebrate yourself. When you reach now I didn't say go way out there, I'm going to celebrate myself by this big old nice fancy car that you can't afford. I didn't say that. But you need to do something. Go buy yourself a dinner or do something for yourself that's something nice. So you can say, hey, look at my accomplishment. Look at what I did. I want to celebrate me. And so that's what I did. Okay, the lesson for today, as always, strategies to kill debt and increase wealth. How to build your credit and credit score. How to build wealth through different business strategies. Leaving a legacy for your family and effective tax strategies. All of these are talking about one thing, and that's just money. That is just money. All right, here we go. You will win if you do not quit. The reason why people don't win because they stop before the finish line. You're looking for results. We all are looking for results, but the results are at the end of the finish line. And if you keep going, I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how bad you want your credit to be correct, to be right. I don't care how bad you want that 720 and 50 score, whatever your goal is. But if you quit in the beginning, you will not get it. You will not achieve that goal. So you cannot quit. You got to keep moving. You got to keep going. I don't care what's happening. You're looking for results. And that's in everything that you go to do. It don't have to be just in for financial. It can be in going to school. Okay. It can be getting another job. It can be doing all sorts of things. Whatever your goals and desires are, you cannot quit. If you quit, you will not get the results that you want. So remember, hang in there until the end and get the results that you want. The word for the day is commit yourself to instruction. Listen carefully to the words of knowledge. We talked about, and during COVID, that we were talking about social distancing, keeping 6 feet away. You wonder why somebody may not be here today because they didn't wear a mask, because they didn't believe in masks, they didn't believe in COVID, they believed the government was pulling over a sham. But some of those people are not here today, okay, because they believe that. They did not follow instruction. They did not heed to the word of knowledge. And if you're going down a one-way street and the sign is saying one way, and you see the cars coming towards you in both lanes, indication that you may be going down the wrong way. So you have to change. You know, it's just like stacking your dollars, stacking your paper. It's the same thing. You want to make that money work for you. You work too hard for your money just to give it up to anybody so they can use it for their family. Why don't you make your money work for you, for your family? So you can make that money work, but you have to commit yourself into instructions. The instruction that I'm giving you today is going to help somebody remove some inquiries, some frivolous inquiries off their credit report. Okay. Now it's going to be it's a time-consuming process. Okay, you can get it done. Okay, but it's going to take some instruction. It's going to take some knowledge, and then you can take that knowledge and instruction and put it into action. Okay, that's what you're going to have to do. All right. How to delete inaccuracies? First of all, we already said you're going to freeze all data. Okay, we had a class on that showing you how to freeze your data on 7 major data reporting companies. Now there's 64 data companies out there. You're gonna pull your credit report. Once you pull your credit report, now you gotta have a highlighter, guys. You gotta have a highlight. You gotta look at all the negative, inaccuracies, incomplete, and fraudulent items that's on your credit report. Why? Because once you do this, you're gonna highlight them and you're gonna say, hey, these are the things I'm looking at. Now, if it's yours but it's incomplete, if it's yours, but it don't seem like it's yours, or something that's not right, you always have an opportunity to dispute that, because you got to make sure that the Bureau are having the right information across all 3 bureaus. If you have, for instance, I'm just going to use Sears offense. You have a Sears card, and Sears, you owe $500 on Sears, and somebody said you owe $499. Somebody said, the other company said that you owe $489. Well, all that's incorrect. Your statement says $500. That is incorrect. Okay, it needs to be good, so you can challenge that, and they have to correct it and make it right. So you want to take a highlighter, do all it in inaccuracies, negative, incomplete, fraudulent items, and then you want to dispute this with the credit reporting agency first. Okay, you want to write letters, you got your stuff frozen, you pull your report, you got all your accuracies out, then you want to dispute this stuff. You want to say, hey, listen, credit reporting agency, TransUnion, this is not correct. I like for you to look at the accuracy of this reporting this particular item on my credit. Is it correct? I want you to do a thorough search, okay, a thorough review, and to ensure that this item is correct. You do the same thing for the other 3 major bureaus. I want you to make sure this item is correct. And if one of them come back and says it is incorrect or they change it, then they all have to change it. Why? Because it is incorrect. It's not accurate. So you want to make sure it's accurate, okay? You do that. Then you're gonna wait about 30 days, okay? You're gonna give them about 30 days for a response, okay? If it's positive, they remove the item. If it's negative, they don't remove the item. And if they don't remove the item, then you have some other deal. You have another choice. Then you can file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Reporting Bureau. Okay, and that's where we are. All right. Before you file a complaint, reach out to the companies. Make sure that the company that you reach out to, that they know and understand why you are talking to them, why you're calling them, what is the complaint is. You're going to reach out by phone, okay? You can reach out by phone, okay? Or you can reach out by a certified letter. Now, you want a certified and return receipt letter, okay? Certified and return receipt. Want to reach out. Anytime you're doing business with anyone and you think there's a problem, you always want to have, and you're writing a letter to a company, you always want to have it certified and return receipt. Why? You want to know when they receive that information. Now, I'm telling you right now, I don't care if it's legal. I don't care what are you disputing. And you put it in writing and you stick a letter in there, they never got it. I promise you, they never got it. But when you put certified return receipt and they have to sign for it, and you get a copy of that from the post office saying they signed on X day, amount of day for this particular letter that you wrote, then they have it. Whether they lose it or not, they have it. The company has it. Okay. Also, I said, give time to respond, 10 to 15 days, okay, depending on what you're writing, depending on what you're doing. 15 to 30 days, give them time to respond. Because they have the time, you have to give them time to go look up their data, because you're not the only complaint that they're dealing with, okay? Look up the data, make sure the data is accurate, and then come back and give you a letter. Have a detailed conversation about your issue. You want to let them know exactly why you're calling them, why you're writing them. Don't just get mad and say my widget broke. You want to explain to them, why did your widget break? Because I did. Your instructions said to do X, Y, and Z, and Z, Y, and X. I did that. When I sat down in the chair, your widget broke. So evidently, the chair that I'm sitting in, something is wrong with it. It may have a manufacturer defect, and I like to have my I like to either have my money back or I want a replacement. And I'm telling you something, this happened to me just this week, along last week. I had bought a brand new air conditioner on the outside, had it for 4 months, 4 months, and the thing went out. So we had to go back to the warranty company and get a new AC unit. But before they did, they wanted, you got to go test this. When you brought the readings back, the AC guy brought the readings back, we were able to get a new AC unit and put it in the unit. Because why? We know that things are under warranty and things have warranty. So be careful of that. Also, provide accurate update supporting documents. You have your receipts, you have anything that you bought from them, their warranties and stuff like that. Send a copy of all that stuff in with your letter, okay? A copy, not the original. The original is always kept with you, and send a copy of it in, okay? Include your name, include your address, include your phone number, and any pertinent information that they might need, where you bought it from. Okay, maybe who's the salesperson, whatever it may be, any pertinent information that they may need, that's what you need to provide them with, okay? So they can make sure they get it taken care of. What is the consumer reporting company? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to tell you right now. The consumer reporting companies collect data and provide reports to other companies about you. Remember, I told you that whatever you do, I don't care if you swipe the card, I don't care if you're writing with a check, if you pay late, somebody is collecting your data. Believe me, somebody is collecting that data. Somebody's collecting that data. So be mindful. Put it like this. I have a friend of mine who used to say, when you think nobody's looking, be careful, because everybody's looking. Somebody's always looking. So somebody's always looking at how they can provide you goods and services. So these decisions, these companies use these reports to inform decisions about providing you with credit, employment, residential housing, insurance, and any other decision making. All it's about is the duckies, baby. They want your duckies. They want to see what your spending habits are, so they can find out how they can get more money from you. Okay, so your job is to keep your money in your pocket. Their job is to get the money out of your pocket so that their business can grow. So you got to understand what their job is. You understand what your job is. Okay, so but somebody's collecting data on you on a continual basis. I don't care who it is, what you're doing. Somebody collecting data. Okay, be it in the United States, it's a big business. It's a big business. Promote the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Promote the accuracy, fairness, and the private information of the files of the consumer reporting agencies. Okay, that means everyone who's under Consumer Financial Protection umbrella, who's in that umbrella, all of that stuff, I don't care who it is, has to be accurate, it has to be fair, and it has to be private. Your information should be private. It should be accurate, it should be fair, and it should be private. You have a right to privacy by law. You have a right to fairness by law. You have a right to make sure that your credit report is accurate by law. Here's the person, here's the company, here's the agency that does that. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. What can I complain about? Well, I'm glad you asked. Savings accounts. Yeah, it's the savings account, checking accounts, credit cards, consumer repair services, credit reports and other consumer reports, okay? Debt collections, okay? Debt settlement cases, all right? What else? What else can complain about? Money transfer services, virtual money services, okay? Any type of thing that's dealing with money and finance, basically for the consumer, you can complain about. Mortgages, all right? Payday loans, all right? I kind of like, I kind of stay away from payday loans as much as possible. We're going to do something on that later on down the line. Financial loans such as installment loans and title loans, car loans, okay? So what can I complain about? Okay, prepaid cards, okay? Student loans. If the people are not, if the people, these companies are not doing you just, are not doing you right, you have a right to file a complaint against them to make sure it's a legitimate complaint. Now, last week we went and watched this video, which we're not going to watch this week, but we watched the video last week, okay? Here is basically how to file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is kind of like their website. I just kind of took some pictures up so you can kind of see what it looks like, okay? And we're going to kind of go on there just in a few minutes and take a look and see how can we do that, all right? Now, here's another one. This is another picture of the site. You know, submit a complaint about your financial products and services. It's not as clear because it's on the. I took it as a picture, but here it is. So if you go down, you start your complaint right here. When you get on them, when you get there, this is what it's talking about. Submitting a complaint. Here you go. Right. What is the complaint about? Checking, credit cards, credit reporting, data collection, mortgages, payday loans, student loans. You click one of those. Once you click one of those, then what happened is the next thing come up. What type of credit reporting product is it? So we clicked it on credit reporting services, okay? We got a credit repair service, credit reporting, other services. So we clicked one of the other ones. Whatever one that you file a complaint on, that's what you're doing. Then it say what type of problem you're having. You know, this another page, and it's like 5 pages total together. Okay, and I'm gonna go on the site here just a minute, kind of show you what I'm talking about, because this just giving you just a demonstration. Okay, they're gonna ask you what best describe your problem. Okay, credit inquiries on your report that you don't recognize. Have you already contacted the company? Yes, I had. Did the company do anything? No, they did not. They didn't do anything. So here, what happens is right here. Let's see. I think I need to stop right here, and I'm not going to stop it right here, but I'm going to. Oh, where am I? Hold on here now. There you go. There you go. I'm going back now to the Consumer Credit Reporting Agency. Right here. That's where we need to be. I'm gonna log in. Give me just a minute to log in because I can't let y'all see my password. When we log in, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you everything that you need to know, and then we're gonna go from there. Are there any questions while I'm doing this? Anybody got any questions on any particular thing?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to try to answer while I log in. How about that?
Yes, sir. I did take your advice. I went on all 3 credit bureaus and I froze my credit. I froze all 3 of the reports. My question is this: I filed a dispute as well because I want to know, is it illegal for them to put medical bills on your credit?
There's a new law that was passed not long ago, and that law stated that they can put medical bills on your credit report, but it has to be after 6 months to a year. what they were doing. One of the delinquent bills on a lot of people credit report are medical bills. And Congress realized that. So they changed that and said, hey, you have to work with these people. If the person is in the hospital sick and they are not working and they don't have income coming in, how can they pay you? That doesn't make sense. If they don't have insurance, how can they pay you? So one thing Congress did come up and say, hey, listen, we're going to extend it. You just can't automatically put it on their credit. We want you to work with them first. And then after 6 months, they got like a year, okay? Then they can put it on there. But now between that time, you yourself should be saying, hey, listen, I got some bad credit information. I got some medical information on my credit report. I need to work with the doctors. You also can ask the doctors for an itemized copy of the billing report and see what they're charging you for, and make sure they're not charging you $35 for one aspirin, because they do that. They're putting somebody else bills on your, put somebody else bills on your statement. So you didn't have that particular service. People are human, they make mistakes, and those things happen. So when you ask for an itemized copy, then the hospital is gonna be telling, what do you want that for? Okay. So now you're an educated consumer and you know what to do. Because show me where I had this particular procedure, show me what kind of medicine I had, the doctor bills I had, line out everything. Okay, you can do that. And then you can go back and negotiate with the hospital and say, hey, listen, I didn't have that procedure. I didn't take that pill. I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? And bring that bill down. You can do that prior to filing the complaint.
Okay. My second part of the question is this. Since I joined the class, you really got me paying attention to my credit now. And so the medical bills that are there were like from 2020 or 2021. So I'm with me just now getting into my credit like that. I don't understand. Like, can I still dispute those?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth of the matter is, and this is the truth. They're already on there.
Yes, sir.
They're already on there. See, one of the things that people say that they want to dispute is something that's already there. And that could be an issue or a problem, because if it's already there, did everybody see my new screen coming up now? If
Yes,
it's
sir.
already there, then from 2021, that means it's already been reported.
Okay.
What happens is when you freeze the bureaus, when you freeze your data, okay, that is frozen. All right. When you file a complaint with the bureaus, they go to the data collection companies and ask them, hey, is this right?
Yes, sir.
I got Mr. Jackson disputing this particular issue. I have it in my file that it's right. I'm asking you, is it right? Because why? They're the one who collected the data. And if the data comes back to them and say, yes, you're correct, then they won't remove it. Okay.
Yes.
What that means is you have to go through, it's gonna be a little fight. And you can get it all removed and stuff like that. It just takes a lot of time.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
You can work with it. It's certain things that you can do. There's letters you can write, 601 letter, all kind of stuff that you can do to try to ask them, will you please, you can appeal to them as being a human. You can appeal to them as being sick, whatever case may be. You lost your job. Some of the things that you can appeal to them as doing, and sometimes they will come and take that off, okay? Or you can appeal to the company itself, okay? I've done all that. So sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. But dealing with credit, you can remove the items off, but it's a process, and it's not a quick process.
Yes, sir. Well, I'd rather get an E for effort than an F for failure. So I'm gonna try.
That's what I'm saying. At least if you try it, then you know for sure that, hey, listen, I tried it. It worked. It didn't work. Or when you try it, I found out this, Mr. Jackson. When I go to do things, sometimes if there's a little piece of information that I don't know, and when I do that, they give it to me.
Yes, sir.
So
Okay.
now I know what to do next time. I got to add
Right.
in at that end, do this way, do that way, because everybody don't give you all the information all at once. And the bureaus keep changing. They change their way of they change their scoring models all the time. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want you to know, hey, if I do this, I get a perfect score. They
Yes,
don't
sir.
want you to have a perfect score. Why? They make more money off of debt, high interest. Okay, the companies do. They make more money off of high interest. If I get you to have these 7 things right on your credit report, and everybody get 800,
Yes,
well,
sir.
that 800 can tell you right now that you pay a way low interest rate. Okay,
Yes,
but by the time you get everything right, get 800, they change it. By the way, they change it every 30 days anyway. Okay,
yes,
so you
yes,
just got to stay on top of your credit, and you should be looking at your credit like you look at your paycheck.
right. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
at least at the minimum twice a year.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
at the minimum twice a year. Now, you want to do it every month? That's fine. You want to do it every week? You can do it every week. You can do it every day until December 2023. You get a credit for it every day because of COVID. But what I'm saying is, though, some people say that they have bad credit, but they never check and see what's on the credit report. So how
Right.
do you know if you have bad credit if you ain't checked nothing?
Yes, sir.
You understand
But
what I'm saying? So
that's
that's
why I
why I
said
keep
since I'm
saying, pull that credit report,
yes,
highlight
sir.
those things. You need to know what's on your credit report. You need to know if it's good or bad.
Yes, sir. That's the only thing that's on there really. And so
Okay,
that's why, like I told you, since I've been taking this class, I've been on top of my credit. I froze all my TransUnion, Experian, all of them. You can't see nothing no more. It's
that's right.
frozen. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm on it. I'm
And
on it.
they
I
have to
thank
come.
you, sir.
So when the companies get ready to offer you credit, they have to come to you and
Yes, sir.
ask you to open it, unlock your credit report so they can get into it.
Yes, sir.
Which is a good thing, because why? Now you know who's looking at your credit and seeing what kind of stuff they want to offer you, basically, kind of products they want to offer you. So it's all good. Okay,
Thank you, sir. Yes,
you're
sir.
right.
Thank
And then any other questions before I go to this next screen here?
Is it better to freeze your credit using a phone, or better to send them a certified letter?
Mr. Ronald, say again, please, sir.
Is it better that maybe to call the credit bureaus and freeze your credit, or either more power in it and send a certified letter requesting that you freeze your credit?
Either way is fine. Because if you call them, they're going to send you a letter anyway. They're going to send you some information, say, hey, you request your credit to be frozen on this particular date, and here's your PIN number to unfreeze it. So when you call to freeze your stuff, they're going to validate you anyway. Okay, you know where you lived in 1972. You know what kind of car you had in 84. They're gonna do that. You know that new kind of job you had in 92. You know what your salary is. Say what street you lived on. So they're gonna validate you with those particular questions. Okay, that is already in your credit report, or they should know. And if you get those wrong, then they won't do it. They'll make you write a letter. If you're on the phone, if you get those wrong, they'll make you write a letter. Then once you write a letter, you have to put in your social security number, social security card, basically 2 forms of ID, a utility bill, something of that nature, because they're trying to verify and make sure that it is you, because these credit bureaus has been hacked always. They've been hacked. Okay, your information is sent out there on the dark web somewhere, and I guarantee it probably is being sold, because these credit bureaus be hacked. Not only the credit bureaus be hacked, but the companies, they hack them as well. You
Yeah.
get letters in the mail and say, hey, I got one the other day talking about, hey, X, Y, and Z has been hacked. We're doing a lawsuit, a class action suit, because they didn't tell us, or they didn't do this, or they didn't provide the data it's supposed to provide by law. So they get hacked. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that man-made can be hacked.
Yeah.
Man made it. Okay.
I understand. That was for the city of Dallas.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You understand what I'm talking about? You got it. So yeah, either way, sir, that you want to do it, it's fine.
All
I like stuff written down for me personally, because I put it in a file and I can go back 3 years from now and I can say, hey, this is what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what you said. Okay. But now on that telephone, you can't do that. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand
You
exactly.
can't go back 3 years from now and say, hey, verbatim, word for word, this is our conversation. But when I write in that letter and you get that letter back, see, one thing about black and white paper, we can be dead and gone. And 150 years from now, you can still read it. Remember that. The key, one of success, the key, the thing that you want is putting it on paper. Okay? Sounds good. Now,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome. I got one more, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead. You got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Mr. Jackson. Can you unmute yourself, sir?
There you go. Okay. It's amazing that you just brought up about the information being found on the dark web. When I was doing my credit report, they sent me an email saying that they found my information on the dark web. What do I need to do about that?
Well, there's some companies that are out there that you have to pay that will do research for you and pull that stuff off the dark web. Okay. But mainly you have to pay those companies, okay, to do that.
Yes, sir. Okay,
and
thanks.
it can be done. And what they do is they search, they have your social, they have all your information that they get. And as they search in the dark web, okay, your information come up, then they notify you. We found this hits on you on the dark web. Okay, so you know that your information out, and they will remove all that stuff, clean that stuff up for you. Okay, and then protect your information from getting there much as possible. But again, that's a fee for that, and it's worth it. The fee
Yes,
is
sir. But I won't be like, because they found it on the dark web. Can I get in trouble behind that? Even though I don't have nothing to do with it?
I can't answer that right now because I don't know exactly what information is out there. I have to have a little bit more detail about that.
Okay.
Normally, when they sell you information, it's because people opening credit cards in your name or trying to buy houses or getting cars in your name, especially if you have good credit, or they go and try to steal a mortgage from you. People who are older people who have land and property, and they find out they're 6 or 7 years old, and they go and take the land and do falsified documents and sell the land. So that's fraud. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Okay.
it's always good if you have a lot of land. I know the city of Dallas have it where you can go down to the court out there and you can fill out the document says if anytime somebody pull your property that you'll be notified. You
Yes,
can do
sir.
no matter anything on your property, that they pull and try to change, you'll be notified.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can fill out that document yourself. Okay.
Okay, yes, sir.
Any other questions before we move on?
I have one more.
Yes, sir.
I recently had surgery. Prior to my surgery, they gave me a price, said this is what it's going to cost for the surgery. So on my last visit to my surgeon, they handed me a bill, said we had to add this because we had to bring in another surgeon. How does that work?
Well, sir, on that particular deal, you need to go to your hospital, your doctor, and ask them why they had to bring in another surgeon. What reason? What complication that life-threatening complication that you had to bring in another surgeon when I came to you and you were supposed to be doing the surgery? That's my answer. Okay. Why did we have to bring in someone else when you are the person who's supposed to be doing the surgery? See, the problem is with most people, they won't ask. Just because he's a doctor and gone to school, they won't ask. Well, the doctor said, you have a right to ask the doctor about your medicine. You have a right to ask the doctor about the surgery. You have a right to ask him about the cost. That is your constitutional right. Second Amendment. So you have a right. But most people won't because they're the doctor. Most people won't because they're the lawyer. I learned to ask questions. If it's stupid, dumb, ignorant, and I don't care if I don't know, there's no dumb, stupid, ignorant question if you don't know. Now, it's stupid and dumb and ignorant if you don't ask because you won't get the knowledge that you need. So you have to ask.
Yeah.
And that's your constitutional right to being able to ask for what you don't know when you paying your money. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's insurance money. Because if the doctor tells me I got to take this pill, what I'm taking this pill for? What's the side effects? Okay. In the long term, how's it going to affect my kidney, my liver, my brain, my lungs? If you tell me the side effects that you may have, well, why would I want to take? Is there another pill out that I can take, or that there's some alternative medicine I may be able to take, or do I have to take this pill here just because you said I have to take the pill? Now, this is knowledge for some people who need this. I'm telling you right now, if you don't ask questions, you're not going to know. That's just it. Ask. That's your right. Okay. Any other before I go on? Good. All right, here we go. These are the products and services that they provide. We talked about those: checking account, credit cards. Okay, you can complain about anything. All these on there: debt collection, debt, credit management, money transfer. Okay, we're gonna click on a few of these. We got a little more time. Mortgages, payday loan, prepaid cards, student loans, vehicle loans, and leases. Okay, I'm just gonna use it. I'm just gonna click on credit card. Checking account. When I check on checking account, the other thing comes: what type of bank products did you complain about? Well, I'm complaining about my ATM card. You click on that. Okay, it's gonna say next. You click next. It's gonna ask you several questions. Okay, about what can you do? Okay, what is it? Open account, managing account, closing account, problem caused by funds, problem with the credit report. Go see all of this is in there. But you're not gonna know if you don't ask. If you don't try to do it, okay? You're not going to know it. All right. I'm going back. Here we go. Same thing for debt collection. Now look at debt collection. I got a problem with debt collection. Here it is. What is the auto debt, credit card debt, federal student loan, medical debt? There's your medical bill that right there, sir. If you got a problem with that, mortgage debt, payday loans, rental, private student loan, telecommunication. I don't know what I got a problem. I don't know what it is. So you have a right to complain about any of that stuff. Okay. What we're going to talk about here, because I got about 14 minutes, okay, left. We're going to talk about credit reporting stuff. Okay. So I have a problem with credit reporting, other personal debt, background check, employment, tenant screening, that kind of stuff right there. I have a problem with that because somebody did something that's wrong to me. All right. Now they're gonna ask what type of problem. I'm gonna say credit reporting, okay? Because I have a problem with that. Now I click next. This is how you fill out the application that you will fill out. Okay. Now they're gonna ask me, what type of problem are you really having? Okay. Most credit reporting companies we get are about one of the following topics. So this is the topic. It don't mean it's the whole thing, but it's some of the topics. Select one of the best to describe your complaint. You will have a chance to explain in your complaint in the next detail. Well, I said right now, improper use of credit report. Okay, shared consent credit inquiry from unknown sources. If that's my problem, I'm saying that's my problem for the day because that's what I'm gonna check on. Problem with fraud alert, security freeze. I put a fraud alert, security freeze, and they didn't put it on there. I have a problem with that, so I can complain about that. Unable to get the credit report or credit score. You know, you go to annualcreditreport.com and you get it for free, but they don't want to give it to you. You can complain about that. This is your right. Okay, here we're gonna say improper use of credit card. Now, what comes down? Say best describe your problem. What is your problem here, dude? So here we're gonna say reporting company use your credit report improperly. Okay, and you didn't give them permission. They wasn't allowed. Receive unsolicited financial product insurance offer after opting out. Okay, report provide to an employer without written notice. Like we talked about, before your employer get anything, you have to give them a written notice. Credit inquiries on your credit report that you don't recognize. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say credit inquiries on the credit report don't recognize because we don't know what it is. They're on there, and we're gonna try to get them removed out because they are not mine. Okay. For one instance, if you got we talked about last week, going to a car dealership, give them your license, okay, your social security card, and they're going to check one credit financial institution to see if you can get credit with them. They go do 25. So when you get your credit report, you got 25 hard inquiries on your credit report. They're going to bring your score way down, but they're going to stay on that for 25 months. So was that fair to you? No, that's not fair to you. So you can complain about those and get those moved. Have you tried to fix the problem? Yes. I've called the automobile company and asked them to remove it. They didn't remove it. Okay. Did you request information from the company? Yes, I did. Okay. What information you request? I asked them to remove. I'm just say problem. What's the problem? Okay. I'm just gonna use something simple. What's the problem? Okay. So that's it. Did they provide information when you wrote them the letter? So that's why I said certified return receipt, because this information is you're gonna need this information later on down the line. Did the company provide information? You say yes, they provided, but it wasn't to your liking. Okay, they provided, or they know they didn't provide it. You gave them 30 days. They didn't provide the information. Now I'm filing. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna click next. Now, what comes up next is this. This is one of the main screens right now that the Consumer Protection Agency, when you deal with credit law, the Consumer Protection Agency, or this book right here, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, okay? This is the law that govern that. That govern what we're getting ready to do, okay? So what you got to do here, you got to describe what happened, and we're sending your comments to the company. They're going to step in and be the third party and work on your behalf, okay? You got to have the date, the amount, the action, and all that kind of stuff, what the company did. I'm going to stop sharing screen right now, and I'm going to go to my report. That I'm going to come back to this screen, okay? Because I want to show you something different right quick. Let me share the screen again. Come on here. Where is it? Right here. Here we go. Right here. I'm going back. I want to show you something here. This is what the information that it says. What happened? Describe what happened. We would send you what happened. We will send your comment to the company. Include the date, the amount, the action taken by the company. Do not include personal information such as your name, count number, social security, all the kind. You don't need all that. I already got that. And this is the language. According to the Fair Reporting Act, the listing company violate the federal protection rights of private and confidential. That's it. Here we go. This is the language that you're gonna put in there. According to the Fair Credit Act, following list of companies have violated my federal protection consumer right to privacy and confidentiality under 15 USC 681. You take the account name, the account number, have to protect, tell them what they did. They violated my rights, consumer right. Account name, account number, violated my right, whatever they did. They violated my rights, okay? Then that's on that page. Then you go, get the next one here. Okay, then this is the law you have to put on there. After you write that in there, you write this law. 15 USC 1681 section 602 states I have a right to privacy. That is the law. That law came from this book saying that you have a right to privacy. That means somebody took your information without your permission and put it in public display. Public display is what the credit bureaus did, because unless you sign a document saying, I give you the right to put, if I don't pay you, I give you the right to put this on my credit report, they can't do that, okay? By law. 15 USC 1681 section 604A2 says, state a consumer reporting agency cannot furnish an account without my written consent or permission. That is the law. Where the law comes from? Right here. That is the law. A consumer reporting agency cannot furnish an account without my written consent or permission. They cannot list it without your written consent or permission. That is the law. Here's another law. 15 USC 1681, section 2A 10. A person shall not furnish any information relating to a consumer, to any consumer reporting agent, the information that is inaccurate or incorrect. Inaccurate or incorrect. These are the laws that you'll use. Now, there are other laws that are in there, but these are just the simple 3 laws that you can use. But why? If the information is incorrect, this is the law. I told you, inaccurate, incorrect, fraudulent information has to be removed. Why? It is not you. These are the laws. You can look it up for yourself. Fair Reporting Act. You get this book right here. You can call the Federal Trade Commission, go on their website. They will send it to you for free. They can send it to you free. You can read all you want to read.
Mr. Commando, can
Yes,
we
sir.
end it right? Can we stop it right here, sir?
Can you give me 2 more minutes?
Go ahead.
All right, good. Now, this is what happened in detail, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff like that. You want to take this down. We already talked about that. Then afterwards, according to Federal, this is how I listed right here. I put that in that particular section, and I told them what I needed to do, how it need to be done. Matter of fact, you guys can get this on the YouTube if you don't get the rest of it. And this is the website again, okay, that you can go and file it on. All right. And that's any questions. Now, I'm pretty much done. I have like 2 slides left or so. So that is basically what it is. For it, you can do a lot of stuff yourself if you want to. It's just time consuming, but you can get it done. And as you start doing it for yourself, you're going to learn more and more about your rights and your responsibilities. Mr. Davis.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to say to all those that were asking questions today, either on the mic or in the chat, thank you. That says to Mr. Jones here that not only are you listening, but you are applying information. You're applying this information. Guys, I'm telling you, this information that he's given today, that he gives every week, it's the kind of information that people pay hundreds upon hundreds of dollars to sit in seminars for hours to get this kind of information. And you're getting it free. All you have to do is get in this class, participate, ask questions, and take it and apply it. Make it applicable to your life. And I'm telling you, you will start to see systemic changes in your finances. Because when you start having, put it like this, I just had almost some life-altering issues happening here in the last 2 weeks. Had we not had some sort of financial situations put away, we would have been in a bad situation. So trust me when I tell you, having some coins, having something to pull from when life happens,
yes,
is a major thing, and it lessens the stress off of you. I had basically my AC went. He was just talking about his AC. My AC went out of my house. Okay, it cost me just north of $500 to get it done. If I didn't have that, guess what? I'm in a situation.
That's it.
But dude came. He said, "Hey, man, this is what it's gonna cost." I said, "Go ahead, fix it."
That's it.
I'm telling you, money don't solve all problems. Money don't solve all problems, but it solves money problems, and most importantly, it gives you options. Good credit and finances will give you options that you might not otherwise have, and it will lessen your stress. All right. So if you guys don't have any other questions, if you do, you can send it to me via email. You can send it and I'll get it to the Credit Commando. I want to remind everybody, we do have our monthly client huddle meeting this afternoon at 3:00. If you can be in the Dallas office or the Fort Worth office in person, please try and be there. We will have an employer here from Smurfit Capital. We're also going to have our resident counselor here, Mr. Draper Buchanan, stop by. So we have a lot of information. There's other employment information, community resource information, a lot of things happening. And this is when it happens, that last Wednesday of the month, and that is today. So make sure you are present in the monthly client huddle meeting so you can get that information. All right. Mr. Commando, do you have anything you want to say to our crowd here in closing, sir?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna give you one about a minute example.
Go ahead.
This is what you call a stressful situation. You, a single mother, you have your kid with you. You go to the grocery store. You get out your car, you lock your car, you get the bath, you go to the grocery store. You only have $49.15. That's all the money you have until you get your next paycheck. You go around to the grocery store and you get your calculator and you just jot down your calculator to make sure you got everything together, and you make sure you get all the things that you need for you and your family. Then you get up to the counter and the man rings it up at $47.50. You say, whew, I only had $48.15. I did good. You're so happy. You're bagging up your groceries, okay? You put them in your basket. You go on outside the car. You open the car. You just put your stuff in your bag. You're just so happy. You got your kid with you. You get in the car. You put your kid in the engine, and the thing say, yeah. You got no more money. Now you're in a stressful situation. If you got your finances right, you got a good credit card on you, all you do is leave them groceries in that car. Okay, go back into the Walmart back in the back and say, I need a battery. You can buy your battery. The technician to put the battery in. You're on your way in a matter of 45 minutes. That is a non-stressful situation. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we want to get you out of those non-stressful situations where your money can work for you and you don't have to be stressed about money. Thank you. Credit Commando over and out.
Thank you.